Senior football player Justin Ball, accompanied by his mother, Vanessa Ball. Senior football player David Blevins, escorted by his parents, Stuart and Wanda Blevins. Senior football player Jimmy Cooksey, escorted by his parents, Jim and Debbie Cooksey. Senior football player Fred Dean, escorted by his parents, Jim and Judy Dean.
How's Nick, his knee?
Senior football player B.J. Fields, escorted by his parents, Bruce and Polly Fields.
Take him Monday for an MRI and determine then if it is lung cancer, they'll probably do surgery.
Senior football player David Gauze, escorted by his parents, Daryl and Karen Gauze.
Stand on the sideline, she's got 2 more years.
Football player Shane Hensley, escorted by his mother, Linda Hensley. Senior football player Nick Hughes, escorted by his parents, Gene and Brenda Hughes. Senior football player Robbie Matthew, escorted by his parents, Victor and Ruth Matthew. Senior football player T.J. Moore, escorted by his parents, Jewel and Sam Moore. Senior football player Billy New, escorted by his parents, Bill and Janet New. Senior football player Paul Pack, escorted by his guardians, Sammy and Sherry Pack. Senior football player Matt Peterson, escorted by his parents, Brad and Janet Peterson. Senior football player Nathan Rock, escorted by his parents, Albert and Rhonda Rock. Senior football player Jimmy Sparks, escorted by his parents, Bill, John, and Jeanette Sparks. Senior football player Emery Thompson, escorted by his parents, Emery and Wanda Thompson. Tonight, the band seniors are Billy Horn. He is accompanied by his parents, Donald and Catherine Horn. His 8th grade presenter is Chris Sammons. Tiffany Dutton, she is accompanied by her parents, Brad and Annie Dutton. Her 8th grade presenter is Jessica Kids. Michelle Napier is accompanied by her parent, Diane Napier. Her 8th grade presenter is Peggy Pack. Amy Perry is accompanied by her parents, Jim and Teresa Perry. Her 8th grade presenter is Josie Little. Tammy Opel, Eddie and Lola Opel, and her 8th grade presenter is Bradley Opel. Color guard retired senior is Captain Cadet Thomas Moore. Everybody, please give these people a round of applause for all the hard work. Thank you.
Bunch of good things.
But I found him.
Go get my hat. Take that coat back.
Loss of about 4 yards on the play.
Right here.
Rob Jones back to punt for the Vikings. Loose ball on the field.
She told me today, she said, look at this, I got a problem. She stood up, her pants are getting shoved down. Oh, yeah! 7 to 9.
I was sleeping. It was 10 to 3.
I kept calling Mike and said, now what are they doing? He said, man, you ain't gonna leave us and you're running over. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man, there it is.
It's a loose ball. Dean, the ball carrier for... Brown County. Thompson, the ball carrier. Morris County's point after attempt, first half. The score is one.
Don't miss it. There you go.
Yeah, come on. Get on the ball,
Did you see his mouth?
Lawrence County's number 33, Corey McKenzie, Rowan County football. First and 10 from the Viking 20-yard line.
Yes. The break.
Prayer on the right side. Gain of about 4 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6 from the Viking 16.
Wasn't that about close to about 100 yards?
Both carries was about 90.
Timeout, Lawrence County.
Don't get one of Emory's signature. I like to run himself
One
up
for
to
two.
the room.
They're going to throw him again in a minute.
Touchdown!
With 9 minutes and 47 seconds left in the first half, the score is Lawrence County 14, Rowan County 0.
The pregnant waitress.
What do you think about them 4K boys now?
Get him, boys!
Come on, defense. Come on, get on him. Yeah! Come on, defense! Come on, get a hold of him!
Oh, there he is.
Dean, the ball carrier.
Come on, boys.
Michael on a keeper.
Come Come on, guys, get some blocks in there.
Come on, dog!
Got some girl down there with Emery's ball.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
She don't have him, so I don't
fired up. He's hammering down there. Come on, guys.
Come on, dog! Shoot straight and got it.
What to do?
Get in there, Henry!
Dean, the ball.
We didn't lose the boy.
Michael with the keeper.
Fresh meat.
Daddy said that you waffled, didn't you, Dad? Trying to get me.
With a minute 58 seconds left in the first half, the score is Lawrence County 22, Rowan County 0.
There you go. Yeah, baby! Nail him, guys, nail him!
That one was
Come on, get him in the backfield, guys.
There you go.
All right, anytime.
Come on, guys.
Watch out, Phil.
Watch for the pass.
Come on, defense.
Get pass!
Lawrence County. Dean pulls. Nathan Rock, Jimmy Sparks, and Emery Thompson.
Which bit is the other boot?
Go, 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 go!
Now there, in a hurry.
Yeah.
Hey, Rowan, I'm gonna take 6 seconds.
Go, Fred! Go, Fred!
I'll bring it back to
Dean.
That's what I think when I see him come out.
Go, Bruno!
There's a flag on the play for holding. Backs him up to about the Ray Williams Villa.
Go again.
Kick is up. He hasn't scored.
This woman
Running out of bounds on the far side. Clock next Friday night.
Give her a sign.
I was getting comfortable sides on the other side.
Bite your tongue. Hard.
Ain't you? You still don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. I wasn't cared about the cushion, but now I'd went after it.
BJ.
Really, Wade Creek and
All the bad stuff, huh?
the farm thing, he loves. There's a guy come up to get some hay, and Dad and him was gone on home.
Guys, get on it.
They went up to the barn with the house and got her big souped up nose. Took her to the hospital and had that youngin. Get him!
seconds left in the third quarter. The score is Lawrence County 29, Rowan County 6.
That wasn't even 10 yards.
It's a short kick on the far side.
I won 10 yards, Red.
Looks like Lawrence County has possession of. Thompson with the football. Thompson, the
Come on, dog. Come on, defense.
Guys know about 107, that's easy.
Get him! Get the ball! Get the ball! Get the ball! Get the ball! Get the ball!
Round County got it.
Go, Fred! Did you love my house,
interrupted.
Not too bad.
Touchdown, Lawrence County.
No.
Yes.
Cooksey to attempt the point after.
Yes, the elbow.
It's up. It's good. 7 minutes and 44 seconds left in this one. The score is Lawrence County 36, Rowan County 6.
You're not second! Get it, baby, get it. She won't like me.
I'll be back.
Okay.
No, Jay.
Say, Big E.
Rachel. Because it smells like you have. Lingerie. Bye, Jay.
Looks like the 2-point left on the clock in the ball game. The score is Lawrence County 36, Brown County 12.
Before our eyes, big Winnepoka.
And the Kentucky Rains never did come, but the Tomcats and Lions did, settling their little intra-county rivalry.
Plus, with the Tigers' waiver against Waverly, Ironton prepping for the playoffs as always. Time to strap on the pads while we strap ourselves in. Point after flying into view right now.
Are you hungry for a win?
On the ground and in the air. Dave First, Keith Morehouse. The Point After.
And good evening, everybody. Week 9 of the Point After, Dave. You can believe it already?
Yeah, time to let the contenders step to the front. Let the pretenders step aside right now.
There is no doubt about that. It is indeed time. And two of those AAA contenders met in Ona tonight. The Parkersburg Big Reds ranked 4th against Cabell Midland ranked 5th. You know the Knights touch that rock before every game. The Berg would love a piece of the rock tonight. Let's check things out from Ona as we go out there. Big Reds come to play. Quarterback Todd Yoke on the keeper. Watch Jimmy Tracy, photographer, going after him as well. He's gone. 47 yards. Coach Thornburg, bummed. He's just a little bummed. He's got a shirt on that says Swamp Thing on it. Remember when they dumped him in the swamp? Big Red D dumps quarterback Ryan McKinney here. They swarm. More defense here. Late in the first half, McKinney again knocked down. And the Big Reds come up with an impressive 28-0 win over Cabell Midland.
Parkersburg South already beat the Big Reds this year. Upset on their minds tonight at Capitol. Marcus Dawkins, though, takes it in. 3 yards out, 9-0 Cougars at this point. Then Ken Brooks on the quarterback keeper. Nice, huge gain right there. Sets up this little run here by Brian Evans for the Cougars. 16-0 after this. Wow, how about the Capitol Cougars? Then Dawkins breaks 3 would-be tacklers on his way to the end zone. Capitol in command. They go on to cruise. Look at that, 43-0, the final. We're giving the Putnam County Sheriff's Department the night off. No crime allowed. Polk and Hurricane for the land rights to Putnam County. Let's go out to the highlights we go. And there's Bob Limley, coach. Another big season, outstanding year for the defending AA champs. Redskins kept close, though. Brian Bennett, 25-yard gain. Watch him bust up that gut. Tried to bust some tackles, too. Set up the touchdown pass right here for the Redskins. Watch him kind of flail around. He will finally get that completion. That's a touchdown. Hurricane then with some good D. They'll come up and sack quarterback Patrick Dunn, but Bob Limley's polka dots go on for the 13-10 win at home.
All right, now we're going to work on Herbert Hoover, rather HEHS, which would be Huntington East to everybody, and St. Albans. St. Albans hoping not to blow a bubble because any teams on the bubble has to make the playoffs. It is the Red Dragons, ranked 16th. They hosted hapless, sometimes dangerous, Huntington East. Checking it out here on the highlights. Quarterback to the air, 30-yard pass. How about that? Then it's a short pass here. For the touchdown, St. Albans already up 27 to zip. As Teddy King rumbles into the end zone. Certainly the crowd would appreciate that. And the Red Dragons come away with the win, 27 to 12 final in that ball game.
Defending AAA champ South Charleston down quarter G to face Logan. Jason Meeks pass nearly intercepted by Thomas Ball, broken up by Mike Chandler though. Right here, 86-yard kickoff return. Watch him go. Steps across the mud, and he's gone. T.J. Miller for Logan. The Wildcats playing some really strong ball for Corky Griffith down in Logan. Moments later, Gary Mullins throws it into the end zone for the two-point conversion, and Logan picks up the win over South Charleston tonight, 30-6. Rest of the AAA scores for you. Beckley over Greenbrier East, 12-6. They doubled them up. Rowan County, the loser, at home to Ripley. Elsewhere, Fayetteville shutting out Oak Hill. Nitro over DuPont, 24-14.
All right, Dave, it's time to step away for a minute, but when we come back, Russell highlights.
That's right. The Devils made us do it. Russell ranked third in AA in Kentucky, undefeated against East Carter before we go to break. We'll see you when we come back in just 2 minutes.
The Point After.
Go Mart commercial, it's the man, Hillbilly Dancing Goat. Here's quarterback Dustin Mitchell on the quarterback keeper for man. Later on, Adam Samples hands it off to Mark Adams. Mark going for the big gainer down the right sideline. Later, it's Samples, the pass to Jim Smith. A little first down action there. And then Dustin Mitchell. A handoff to Lonnie Walker. He gets hammered here. Final score in Herbert Hoover man, 20-14, Hoover over the Hillbillies. All right, in Kentucky now, the Red Devils finally getting the kind of respect they deserve, Dave. They moved up from 5th to 3rd in this week's poll.
Yeah, when you figure they actually dropped in the standings earlier this season, it's about time they start moving up. Ivan McGlone's put the fire under the Red Devils this season, a perfect 8-0, but the real test may come now. They're playing the last 2 games on the road. To East Carter we go. The Red Devils in town and trying to get some offense going. Wasn't working tonight. That's Russell's Corey White right there. The 45-yard run. Attaboy, Corey. Down to about the 15. Sets up this 30-yard touchdown. Make it down to the 30. This is a 30-yard touchdown pass from Drew Ramey to John Toddy. Then Drew Ramey again. This time tosses it to Tim Truitt, 7 yards. And the final there, Russell Red Devils, they pick up the win, 27-0, the shutout. Let's go to Inez, Kentucky. 8th-ranked Belfry at Sheldon Clark. Pirates and the Cardinals. Belfry all over this one on the road. First, Josh Stacy scores from 21 yards out, 6-0 Pirates at this point. All Belfry tonight. Jeremy Howard, the pass to Brad Watford, 15 yards to set up this Mike Caudill 3-yard plunge, and Belfry picks up the win tonight. The final there, 39-16.
All right, Dave, you know, we asked ourselves why Buford the Bulldog has become the unofficial mascot for the show. Was it the way his tongue stuck out to the camera? The way his drool made its way down his jaw, across his flea collar? I don't know. It's all gross, but couldn't find Buford tonight. On the fire hydrant scene, looked like for the big man. Let's check it out. Lawrence County and Rowan County. Nice pass from Jason Michael to B.J. Fields. Big gainer for the Bulldogs. And then it's Emery Thompson taking it from there. Off tackle. He's going to go. Touchdown, Lawrence County. And the Bulldogs roll. Final in this one, 36-12. Boyd County and Ashland in that Boyd County supremacy deal going on over there. Lions Den. This is Chris Estep. He can't pass, so Chris picks it up, takes off on the run there. Nice run, matter of fact. That sets up a 3-yard keeper of his own. He steps into the end zone. Boyd now in action. Droy Clark gets a nice game, but he takes a little shot there. However, he says Clark the way. He goes in for the score. Final, that was bad. Final score in this one, 27-21. Ashland wins it in overtime. All right, let's check out some scores now from Kentucky. It was West Carter, the Comets, by 8 over Newport. Nicholas County and Raceland, 37-22, the Rams roll. Prestonsburg, Morgan County, 26-7, the Black Cats. 47-zip, Clay County, shutout. Paintsville and Pikeville, the Panthers, 48-zip over the Tigers. Lloyd Memorial easily winning, 7-6, Knott County over Johnson Central. White.
Welcome back, and in our constant effort to get it right, we do have a correction for you. St. Albans knocks off Huntington East. The Red Dragons beat the Highlanders the final 27-12. Now, even though the Portsmouth Trojans are a little down this year, it's still a big game when they travel north to Gallipolis. That's where the Blue Devils of Gallia Academy. We're waiting for Kurt Clifford's young squad. Check it out from Memorial Field. Portsmouth taking on Gallipolis. First quarter, tough defense. That's Isaac Saunders going for it on 4th and 2, and Portsmouth buries him. Joe Jones and Aaron McDonald's come up with the big defensive play. Second quarter, Gallia's up 7-6. Saunders gets his revenge. 2-yard handoff to Jesse Stacy, and Gallipolis knocks off Portsmouth 41-20. At Tanks Memorial Stadium, it's homecoming at Ironton, and you know they celebrate in a big way. Waverly with the ball. First play of the game, Josh Blakeman to Mike Westfall. Fumbleitis, and Ironton recovers. The Tigers cash in. Mark White takes it in from the 1. That's a touchdown. Ironton all over it. Ironton with the ball in the attack, but check this out. That's a fumble. And this time, Waverly pounces on it. Josh Blakeman hoping for a little magic out of the shotgun. Waverly doesn't use the huddle. Didn't need it on this play. Blakeman to Mike Westfall, touchdown, but this was all Ironton. The final 57-7. That hurts. Chesapeake and Rock Hill playing in an Ohio Valley Conference matchup. The Peak, no fear sign. Well, it doesn't matter if you're afraid of Jason Henderson. You still have to knock him down. He's in for the touchdown. Rock Hill, the 10-yarder, and the Redmen on the roll. Rock Hill again, Adam Jenkins, the tailback. He's shifty. That's a 26-yard touchdown. Go to the scoreboard. Chesapeake goes down in the big way. Rock Hill still undefeated. The Redmen win it 40-20. At South Point, the Pointers trying to take on the Hornets of Cole Grove. Second half, the Hornets up 14-7. The points, Jeremy Taylor gets his team back into it. He's down the left sidelines, and they're not going to get him. 44 yards for the touchdown. South Point's back into it, but Cole Grove takes control of the game. Let me give Andy Compliment a kind word. You thought I was going to say compliment. 33 of his 172 yards right there. Cole Grove, the upset win as we check it, 30-19. Buffalo Wayne and Fairland, the Dragons and the Bisons tied at 7 going into the third quarter. In the third, Fairland pulls off the half-back option. Brandon Keeney, will he run, will he pass? He'll pass. He goes up top to Paul Dillon. Fairland ends up with a 27-yard field goal from Ryan Hager. It's 10-7 Dragons. We'll go to the fourth. Michael Graham. Bill Murray, he weighs 256 pounds, and look at that move. Jumping over defenders to the 6-yard line. Jay Shepard then to Paul Dillon. You can check the final as Fairland gets this one to wins it 17-7. The Dragons all over Buffalo Wayne. Good game, though. Let's check now your scores from West Virginia. Ripley downs Rowan County. The Vikings looking for a playoff berth. It's Sherman shutting out Chapmanville. Bluefield knocks off Princeton 20-0. It's Gilbert beating Williamson. Gilbert, #1 in Class A. Golly Bridge gets a safety and beats Hannon 2-0. It's Braxton County over Webster. Fayetteville shuts out Oak Hill. Greenbrier West beats Midland Trail. Herbert Hoover knocks off the Hillbillies down at Man. It's Mount Hope over Montcalm. Beckley beats Greenbrier East, and the Pioneers knock off Valley Fayette 34-6. In Ohio, the Siders over the mighty Minford Falcons 35-12. Monroe Central shuts out St. Mary's, and it's the Jackson Ironmen over Logan 41-0. In Kentucky, Pikeville beats Paintsville 48-zip. It's the Berg over Morgan County. Whitesburg beats the Bobcats. It's West Carter over Newport. Belfry gets a win over the Cardinals. Clay County beats Pike Central. It's not Central over Johnson Central. The Hornets sting the Musketeers, and Lawrence County is all over Rowan County. Qualifying for Sunday's AC Delco 400 at the North Carolina Motor Speedway has been rained.
Stop those hopes. Folks, not tonight. Not on your life tonight, believe me. Mr. Couch was awesome. 80-yard touchdown strike to James Roberts with the catch, and he's gone. He takes it in. This Leslie County team was mad. You have to think a little bit after last week's loss to Sheldon Clark. They were also playing defense, not only offense, but Robert Wells, look at the stick. He comes from the outside linebacker position, sticks his helmet in there, not an easy play. Couch again. James Roberts, where in the world are you? I got the arm, if you got the hands, you got the catch, you got the 7 points. Leslie now up 20-0. Couch was, if you think of a BB gun as an arm, just watch this one. Pinpoint passing, puts that little BB right in the arms of Roberts, runs it all the way to the 10-yard line. But, you know, a guy like Couch, that's not good enough. He doesn't want that. He wants to go for the touchdown, but every once in a while he doesn't get it. Sterling Isaac, congratulations, the pickoff. Never an easy task against the great one. Scott Brock, though, takes the pitch. They got to get a running game going. I don't care how good your quarterback is if they want to do anything in the playoffs, and this time they do. Brock carries it in from 30 for the touchdown. Your final score, yes, that is correct, 63-20. A couple of footnotes. Keep that score up there for a second. It was an 80-yard kickoff return for Jeremy Ball for Shelby Valley. Keep it up there, because listen to this. Couch, 533 yards passing. He had over 400, I believe, in the first half alone. 6 touchdowns. More scores we should have for you. How about more football? More football. Then we'll give you the scores. With a win tonight, North Laurel would take second place, or at least they were going for it over Tate's Creek. Folks, it was a tough one. The Creekers were doing this, well, more times than I want to admit. North couldn't get on the scoreboard. I don't want to show you any more highlights of these guys from Lexington. I only want to show you the mountain teams. Let's get out of there. That score is wrong. It was Tate's Creek. Let's reverse it. We have to give it correctly. Tate's Creek, 21-0. Now, more scores around the mountains tonight. It's Bell County with the shutout effort. They pitch one against Pulaski Southwest in that ball game. Kaywood Knox Central, where is your score tonight? Clay County has their score, 47-0. Corbin wins by 12 over Somerset. Whitaker looking to get his team hot by the playoffs. Cumberland, good football team, 19 better than Everts. Hazard, playing well. Senior Michael Sims, the fullback, rushed for 1,000 yards now on the year. Well, Fleming, Neon, nothing. Harlan, we get all kinds of calls, but nobody calls a score in. Where in the world is it? Lawrence County, 36-12 over Rowan. Pineville, Lincamp, they don't want their score on tonight. Magoffin County, 28. Greenup County, 6 in that ball game, Keith.
I have a funny feeling the phone is ringing and all those scores are on their way.
Just trying to get the scores in. That's all so the kids can see them and everybody else.
Stay with us, because on Sports Overtime, we're going to check and see if Whitley County would remain undefeated. They would have to do it after a trip to Harrison County.
Not
game, it would be a battle against Johnson Central. Patriots have only lost one game this season. It would be tough on the road. Jay Cobb looking for someone to yell at. There's got to be an official out there somewhere. This was a defensive battle early on. Chris Lemaster could not get the ball moving. However, Knott County Central could. Mike Smith, number 48, looking for room. He's back into the middle of the field, cutting left, going right. He could get tackled just shy of the 10-yard line. After that, Knott Central ran into some problems. Brock Hall puts it into the air. This one is going to fall incomplete. They're going for the touchdown, as you can see. This first half play, Brock Hall tries it again, and watch the interception by Travis Jones. Jones brings it out of the end zone all the way back to the 20-yard line of Johnson Central. However, the Eagles would stall again. In fact, they would only score with 1:30 left. Knott Central would take it the rest of the field and kick the extra point. You know what I'm going to tell you in a minute. By the way, Ricky Spradlin with his daughter looking for his front row seats, and they're still looking. Final score in this ball game. Knott Central comes from behind to win it, 7-6. Let's go to some other scores from around the region tonight. Whitley County winning big in Harrison County, 33-7, the final score there. Prestonsburg over Morgan County, 26-7. It was Fairview winning over Powell County, 22-14. Madison Southern loses to Rockcastle County by 1, 28-27. South Floyd McCreary Central, no score called in. South Laurel beats Pulaski County 34-14. It is Whitesburg bouncing back from that loss last week to win 30-0 over Betsy Lane. West Carter over Newport 21-13, and Ashland wins over Boyd County tonight. The final score there 27-21. Todd?
One person that is no stranger to mountain football is Tim Saylor. You're talking about a man who coached in 2 state finals at Cumberland High School and made stops at Pineville and Kaywood as well. And in this week's segment of Where Are They Now?, Drew Diener reintroduces us to Tim Saylor.
You know, been around coaching all my life. Dad was a football coach for 25 years, so I grew up on a football field, and that's all I've ever known.
But for the first time in quite a while, Tim Saylor is not on the sidelines when Friday nights roll around. That's because the former coach of Kaywood, Cumberland, and Pineville High Schools has some new responsibilities as principal of Cumberland Middle School.
I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I have a good school here. I have an excellent staff and hardworking people, and it's entirely different, and I'm learning every day. It's a new experience for me, and taking on a lot more responsibility.
As a coach, Saylor says his biggest thrill was coaching back-to-back state final teams at Cumberland High School in 1982 and 83. But the 83 team had a wild finish to get there.
We ended up playing Beechwood the following year up there. With about less than a minute to go, they threw a pass and scored and went up. And I think there were 50 seconds, I can still see the clock, 50 seconds on the clock, and they kicked off. And our kid picked it up and run it all the way back.
But these days, the wild finishes come every day when the bell rings 2:40 for Cumberland Middle School. For Sports Overtime, I'm Drew Diener.
And a couple of you, I knew you wanted your scores on. I just had to push you a little bit. Lynn Camp 33-21 over Pineville, and Phelps 43-24 over Fleming Neon. Thank you very much for calling those scores. And if you missed any, here they come.
Rowan Chevrolet.
They report back to the factory against Gallup Police, trying to sew up a playoff berth.
And it's the last week of the regular season in Kentucky. Time for the big dogs to run for the playoffs. Everybody else to run for the porch. Lawrence County versus Prestonsburg.
And who's the baddest cat, a tiger or a bobcat? Benson trying to beat undefeated Hamlin to guarantee a playoff spot. We're set to get airborne. Point after flying right at you right now.
Are you hungry for a win?
On the ground and in the air. Dave First, Keith Morehouse. The point after.
Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to Point After Week 10, and still some undefeated teams out there.
Yeah, and everybody kind of figuring out where they're going to fit in the playoffs, and everybody looking at the scores in the paper, trying to see if they're in.
One of the undefeated teams left in this thing, Capital. And we'll start in AAA, where the Capital Cougars occupy a #1 spot. Remember, at the beginning of the year, a lot of people thought St. Albans would be there. Instead, the Dragons breathing fire for a playoff spot. Let's go to Crawford Field for this one. Do the highlights, and look at this. Already, Ryan Evans, 42 yards for the Capitals, touchdown, 14-7. Capital cheerleaders certainly enjoying that one, and they should. Then Ricky Sherrod. Watch him on the punt return. He could go all the way, but guess what, Keith? Flipping. This one's brought back. Nice run anyway. Thanks for nothing, Ricky. Didn't matter, though. Marcus Dawkins takes it in from 4 yards out. Capital gets the win. They remain undefeated. The final there. Do we have it? Believe me, they won. We'll get the score for you in just a second. 5th-ranked Herbert Hoover in Nitro tonight. Chris McDonough in the house. Big gain right here, deep into Nitro territory for the Huskies. Then McDonough on the handoff goes in for the score. 6-0 Hoover. Back come the Wildcats, though. J.R. House in the house with the touch. That's Chris Martin. 7-6 Nitro. Do we have a final there? 35-28. Hoover pulls it out.
All right, Dave, no such thing as Saturday for two teams in the Kanawha Valley. Another way of saying no tomorrow if Man or George Washington were to lose. The Hillbillies ranked 15th, GW 18th. Remember, the top 16 go to the playoffs here. Let's check things out. You check out GW here. Struman Griffith passes to Kane Wilder for the touchdown. GW doing it again. Then you'll see Man, though, coming back the other way. Nick Grimmett runs it in for 6. Final 6 in this one, Man 36, GW 14. Man doing it there. East Bank and DuPont also, and this one has playoff implications. Chad Green here, their talented quarterback, right up the gut for the touchdown for the Pioneers. Later on, how about East Bank's Chris Hopkins passing to Chad Green? That's a switch. Green's quarterback. Look at this here. Nice grab there. However, the Panthers come away with a 16-14 win.
Keith, the Cabell Midland Knights pretty much guaranteed a playoff